Run a quick mic check over here. Yeah, mic check works out. Right, mic check checks out. What a week. Uh, you know, this past week I went up and I summited Mount Jade. Pardon my French. This is the tallest mountain in East Asia, depending on how you define East Asia. But if you want to get into taller mountains, we're talking like twice the height. We're talking Mount Everest and its younger siblings. We're talking the Himalayas and the Kunlun Mountains, which is like a finger that comes off of the Himalayas. All these mountains on the outskirts of China, many, if not all of them, in highly disputed territories, such as like the border between Tibet and Nepal. So, in fact, many of those mountains are border mountains. So you can't say that they're in China. They're in two countries. So, arguably, this is one of the tallest mountains in all of China. Now, again, China's got a lot of tall mountains, like double the size within its borders. But like I say, I mean, even one of them's up near Mongolia, where out in those regions that it's like Chinese don't even live there. They've got like Mongolians living there, and China just controls the territory, and they keep the region autonomous because they can't control it. So it's purpose. I mean, what the heck do you call an autonomous region? It's like you basically define it as a region that doesn't want you. So so why be there? Let it go. Let it go. Okay. So anyhow, a lot of this is getting into Taiwan special type content, but I summited Mount Jade this week. And by the way, for the record, last week I misspoke. In one of the editorials, I said December 8 instead of December 10. And that's because I was fast getting ready to go summit Mount Jade. And I typically don't like to promote and advertise where I'm going to be headed. But anyhow, that was a thing. All right. This week, I achieved my life coach certification. I have my certificate. I am a certified life coach. Whoop-de-doo. I'm probably going to write my own curriculum. Life coaching. I think, as I understand, life coaching is a $2 billion industry. I feel like Carl Sagan. $2 billion industry. I'm not interested in horning in on the market of the many other good life coaches that there are springing up all over the place. If I were to do life coaching, I would probably charge like $1,000 an hour or something like that. And the reason is because, it all hit me because I finished all the work and I sent in my paperwork. I mean, I completed all the requirements. I knew what was issued in just a matter of time. I sent in all my paperwork the morning that I went out to summit Mount Jade. And I mean, Mount Jade, again, we're talking tallest mountain in Taiwan, tallest mountain in non-Himalayan China, non-outskirt China. Anything in Japan, in Malaysia. I mean, it is this high mountain, almost 400 meters. Again, and you do it in like 2 days. You get to these higher mountains, you got to take like a week. You got to maybe take an oxygen mask. It becomes a lot more involved. This is like serious day hike, backpack. You got to do it all now. If, the only other way to do it, any other way than how they do it, is like to take a week and carry a tent. And it's just, the way it works, it's just hyper intense. And it's really an achievement. And because of how the national parks work in Taiwan, they only admit you to the national, because of course it's in a national park. The only way they admit you in is if you're registered, and they prefer to register foreigners. Because the Taiwanese all want to hike up there all the time. And Taiwan says, no, we want to let foreigners come in So they have a lottery for Taiwanese. Taiwanese can go hike to the mountain if they want to. It's just it takes a lot because they're always wanting to go up there. So they have this. If you're going to go in the path, they give this semi preference to foreigners to come in and visit. They're trying to promote tourism, I suppose. But don't get me wrong. Lots of Taiwanese go up there all the time, and it's probably the majority of Taiwanese that can go up there. But they make a way for foreigners to be able to come in. So if you're a foreigner, you want to register a certain time, you do it 5 months in advance. But it really attracts busy, wealthy people, I've found. And so I kind of got this inspirational journey. You know, going on journeys like this, it's always inspirational to go on pilgrimages like that. And the inspiration that I got was that maybe rather than life coaching myself, of course my plans are to write life coaching books, life coaching classes, life coaching teaching, self-help type of stuff, but to prepare people for life coaches so that life coaches can kind of focus on, you know, the not so obvious stuff and help people more. That's kind of what I want to do. But then maybe I would offer Mount Jade as something that I would be a guide on. I mean, I've been there. Pardon my French. I've gone up to the mountain. I know what kind of clothes you need. I know how to do the registration process. I know how you stay at places. I know what you're going to be hungry for. I know what you need to pack. I get that. So I'm sort of thinking about offering trips up to Mount Jade for people that have to pay a larger sum of money than they pay other guides. Like, I mean, I'm busy. You need to pay me a lot of money to get me back up on that mountain again. You know, really one of the reasons that I don't want to go back to that mountain is because it reminded me of this awesome time I had with friends. I mean, we had a really memorable trip up there. We were lucky. We as one person said, "Ni zuanla," which is like you earned, similar to saying you struck gold today. We had great, amazing weather, like you never get. We had a sunny day out. It wasn't cloudy in the morning like it can be a lot of times. We watched the sunrise. Usually, if you go up to Mount Jade, it's in the fog. That's just that's how the summit works. And of course, I ran all the way down to sea level the same day by sunset. You know, that's all on my Instagram stuff. But we had a great time with friends, and I'm busy, and I don't think that I would just exchange time for money as just labor, putting in my time to be a guide to go back up to that mountain. People would need to pay me a lot. And, you know, not like a lot, but like rather than like, you know, $200 a piece, maybe that to pay me like, you know, $400 or $500 a piece to prove that they're serious. They'd be going with me. I'm American. And they would be doing it as a type of, maybe I'd have some memorable stuff for them, but they need to do it as like kind of a bucket list item, but they need to have gone through some life coaching class first. Because like I say, life coaching is a $2 billion industry and growing. And I don't want to interfere with the normal guys out there. There are a lot of normal, good, very good life coaches that can help a lot of people. I don't need to interfere with them. But as far as people that kind of already have a level of success, who've already been kind of coaching themselves and want something higher, they want to summit something higher, I'm kind of thinking, you know, Mount Jade just inspired me to help those people because everybody needs help. Everybody does. So that's kind of my thinking. That was my brain fart thought this week. Just got back from the doctor. It's been 4 years. I have a clean bill of health. My blood pressure is lower. The last time my blood pressure was this low, it was even lower than that when I was bicycling around Taiwan. I didn't have a motorcycle in that time. But I've been going to the skate park, and my blood pressure is much lower than it's been in the past. You know, just so you know. Whatever. Anyhow, I'm actually staying taller. I'm slimmer. I'm heavier. So my life just keeps getting better. And I don't know. Just something about going to that summit of Mount Jade and a friend that I just met taking a picture for me. Someone loaned me a Taiwan flag. It wasn't my idea. Look at the picture on Instagram. That just really meant a lot to me. and it really inspired me. And I hope that you do something in your life. Teach yourself, ascend somewhere, and also, you know, do things on your own that'll give you inspiration. That's the end of this. See you tomorrow or next week. We're done.